Whew, I'm gonna take another bite. Oh man, here's April the 1st. April the 1st, and I'm eating figs, y'all. Hot dog. Oh, and I don't have to share. One last bite. Sorry, y'all. Can't help it. I'll eat the rest of it off of camera. Oh, so good. So good. Hey everybody, this is Danny with MyFigStix, y'all. It's actually raining. Nothing like a spring shower, and we haven't had one of those in quite some time, y'all. Today is the day. I'm so excited. I went outside this morning to check on my indoor I-258, my indoor Angelito. Y'all, 2 of the 3 figs that were beginning to ripen on the I-258, 2 of them had fallen off. I knew they were getting close. I was trying to push it until today, but they fell off on their own. So tucked one away to show all of you guys. The other one I took to work. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Shared that with some coworkers. I just get home from work and the 3rd one had fallen off. Y'all, stick with me. Let's go inside. Let's take a quick taste test of these I-258 figs. Indoor ripened figs. It's the 1st day of April, y'all. I'm super excited. Let's see how they taste. We are going to do a full-on taste test. Don't fear. Just bear with me for a second. I wanted to show y'all. This is the I-258, and of course, y'all probably or hopefully have seen. This is where those figs came from. They were all bunched right there, so it's not surprising they all fell off within 5, 6, 7 hours of each other. But look at all the figs, and I'm starting to, I kind of feel like some of these are beginning to think about ripening as well. So just wanted to show y'all real quick the I-258 in the grow tent. And so this thing is absolutely covered with figs. It's just incredible how many figs are on this tree. So lots and lots of figs coming on. Y'all, I am very happy with how this tree has turned out in the grow tent. Real fast. This is the Angelito. Eddie tells me I need to top this tree, and I haven't done it. I've waited 2 weeks. I have to top this tree now. I'll put something out on that as well. We'll talk about it. But I also wanted to show y'all something I literally just discovered. So you see this leaf right here? Look what's hiding behind door number 2. Y'all, I've got an Angelito fig now starting to swell up. Oh my gosh, I love indoor figs. What a jump start I'm getting on the season. With that said, let's go inside. Let's do a taste test of the I-258. Let's see how these ripened up in a grow tent. Okay, I am in my kitchen. It's raining outside. Hallelujah. We need the rain. But just want to talk just a second about the I-258. Y'all, when I did my taste test last year, I kind of gave a history on that. If I can figure out how, I'll link that somewhere here. I think I covered all my corners, but I'm going to link that video. I think it's really neat, the history on the I-258 tree. There's also another tree that some say may be synonymous with it, that being the Genovese Nero. That one I've put in ground at my brother's. So hopefully we're going to be able to compare those and get some kind of idea as to whether they are synonymous or completely different. So looking forward to that. But the I-258, really neat story. Supposedly it came from a man who visited Italy. He took a ton of notes. He then lost all of those notes on those fig trees. This one, what he had beside it was I-258. That's what we have to go by. But let's take a closer look at these figs. Y'all, I'm really excited. Let me tell you about this first. So I took the smallest of the 3 to work today and shared it with some coworkers. They really liked the fig. One coworker said the texture surprised him. He called it jammy. he wasn't sure that he liked that texture, but he did like the flavor. To me, I took a little piece of it as well. To me, that one had a little bit of how do I hear Eddie describe it, like an earthy taste to it, a figgy taste to it. To me, that was really, I could taste that in that fig this morning. Again, that was the smaller of the three. These two are almost twice as big. But while I could have that or taste that figgy flavor to it, it also had a very good berry flavor. It was not as sweet as I expected it to be. I'm hoping that these two definitely have the sweetness along with the berry. I'm okay with a little bit of the figgy flavor. This tree, y'all saw me air layer it. It came off of my original I-258. It's the top of my I-258 tree. I just put it in that pot back in November, just put it in that grow bag just a few weeks ago. So let's get zoomed in on these figs. I'm going to weigh them, then we'll cut them open. We'll see what they look like on the inside, and then we'll take a taste test, that is, of these I-258 figs. Okay, now me and this tripod and camera are probably going to be fighting each other, but first off, I want to point out the figs did change color while they did not fully change color. This side is green. Now, all of these were really, you know what? Yeah, the light was definitely hitting this side because you can see on the neck. Hopefully y'all can see that. You can see on the neck, this fig was hanging just like that. So the top side was what was getting all of the light. In this case, the green side was the underside. And I'm pretty sure if we look at this, so if you look, this is how it was hanging. So the top side was getting all of the light from the grow lights. It darkened up. The underside did not. Now, I don't know if that means anything. I guess we're going to find out. But the other thing I wanted to point out, very tight eye. So I think this one's going to do very well outside. Even with the rain, when we get it, which we don't get very often, but a very tight eye. So I think that's good. We'll see how the skin and everything else to do with this fig holds up in the rain. But I like that. Let's get a weight. So let's turn this on. Let's make sure I am in grams, which I am. So this one right here weighs, it's only at 38 grams. So I guess that would be small, medium. So let's try this one. This one's at 40, we'll call it 43. So these are considerably smaller than the very last fig I got off of this tree back in the end of the fall. So unfortunately, I didn't weigh that one. I should have. It was kind of a spur of the moment. Hey, it's ripe. I'll eat it. And it tasted great. But I didn't weigh it. It was considerably larger than this, but I can't tell you the weight. I would guess it was pushing 55-ish grams. So these coming in at right around 40-ish. I would say small to medium. I don't have a fancy knife. I do have a little orange knife. So let's cut this open. Hoping y'all can see that. All right, so let's see what the inside looks like. Okay, so I would call that amber. It is not red. Can y'all see? It is super juicy. That is one thing. My coworker called it jammy. Y'all, it was so soft and this is such a dumb word. It was so soft and mushy. It was almost like liquid this morning. I did not mind the texture at all. So there's this one. I am actually, my wife is at a conference, so I don't have to share. And I've got to eat these. All right, so I'm going to give this one a little taste test. I don't see any seeds in there. So let's see. Let's see if we've got that earthy, figgy tone in this one as well. No. Okay. The berry is popping in this one. This one had no. Yes, I am. I'm getting a little bit of the figgy after. This one's very berry. It's not the sweetest thing. I wish I had a Brix meter. The sweetness is still not there, but the berry definitely pops in this one. And the figgy undertone, not nearly as prevalent as the small one that I ate this morning. I'm going to wait on that one. Let's go ahead and get this one open. Same thing here, very small eye, which, you know, I guess that's pretty characteristic. So cut this one open. I think this is the larger one that fell off this afternoon. So, okay, same kind of amber tone. Hopefully y'all can see that. It is glistening, like literally glistening in the lights here that I can see. Hopefully the camera pulls that out. So cut this one in half and see how this one tastes after I almost knocked over the camera. So, okay, so we'll get this one here. Again, I don't see a lot of seeds. Let's see how this one tastes. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Okay, this one's very, very similar to the one before. So both of these, very berry forward. And again, I am picking up the figgy flavor at the end. I don't mind that. It's not overwhelming at all. This morning, the figgy was really in the front and the berry was in the back. With these two, the berry is definitely in the front. Definitely right up, pow, right in your face. Lots of berry. The sweetness is still not there. Maybe that's because it's a young tree. I would assume that's why. But the berry is definitely popping on this one. Whew, I'm gonna take another bite. Oh man, it's April the 1st. April the 1st, and I'm eating figs, y'all. Hot dog. Oh, and I don't have to share. One last bite. Sorry, y'all. Can't help it. I'll eat the rest of it off the camera. Oh, so good. So good. So, okay, April the 1st, there's an I-258 ripened in my grow tent under grow lights. Y'all, very, very good. Was it the sweetest as it could be? Probably not, but that berry was really popping out in the front, figgy flavor in the back. Super good fig. Very, very happy with how that turned out. Now, how long will it be before that Angelito ripens, y'all? I will definitely let y'all know when that one comes around, but all of these little cuttings, they've got to go in the greenhouse. We're supposed to get some storms overnight tonight. I'll believe it when I see it. We did get about 3 minutes worth of rain a little bit ago. Y'all, the ground's not even wet anymore, but just wanted to share with y'all my first fully ripened I-258 from the grow tent off of my air layered top of my I-258 tree from last fall. Y'all, I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.